Gloria. How are you, Gloria? Um,
So
so
Gloria, our birthday picture got like almost 300 hits.
on
I ran into her at the Colonial Diner
her birthday?
party, yeah.
Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. This evening, I would request at the end of the agenda to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters, just review a couple items.
Okay.
Other than that, I just have a basic agenda this evening. Since our last meeting, I did send out one communication to the commission, and that was the press release in regards to narcotics case. That was what I was briefing the commission on for the last couple months, so that was the conclusion of it. Amazing work by our people. Still going on. Some other agencies picked up some of the tentacles and are still running with it, but they did an outstanding job, put a lot of time and effort into it. Very proud of them, and we see an impact here locally, and that was our hope. It started here, and we wanted to make sure that we maintained the focus here. So great job by Sergeant Bodette and his team. Outstanding. And they came right back and they're looking into their next one already. So keep going. Any discussion, thoughts, concerns with anything with that? No?
Pass along our congratulations.
Will do. Appreciate that. This past Saturday, we did deal with a small demonstration, Nakba demonstration. We were able to become aware of it through some of the intel sources that we utilize. It was shared with us. We didn't really have a contact person to make contact with. We tried to dig into it a little bit and find some individuals. Towards the last day, we did realize who was involved with it. The initial information that we received indicated that it was going to be a much larger event, so we planned for that, just not knowing. Thank God it wasn't as large, so it was pretty controlled. Spoke with the organizers when they got there that day, coordinated with some stuff, but for the most part peaceful. Had a follow-up conversation with the organizers afterwards, gave them some of our city rules. God forbid they do want to come back here, that they do have some parameters that they got to stay within the boundaries of. Hopefully, we'll see if we get some cooperation if they do come back. But overall, the staff did a great job and kept it very orderly, maintaining the protection of them as well as all the businesses and all the other people within the community. I did send the minutes from the last commission meeting to the commission for review. Would you like to discuss them at all? Comments, concerns? I did correct that on the date on that last one. I catch them every once in a while, but keep me honest, thank you. So being no discussion, could I have a motion to accept as written?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Statistics for the month of April. So as we're getting into the warmer months, we're seeing that warmer month call volume kick in a little bit. So last month we saw an increase, this month again. So for the month of April, we handled 2,519 calls for service, which was a slight increase of 2% over the previous month of 2,467 calls. Part 1 crimes. For the month of April, we investigated 46 Part 1 crimes, 13 of which were in the violent category and 33 of which were in the property category. That was a 9.5 increase from the previous month of 42. And if you recall, we had a pretty significant bump up in March based on, I assume, the weather. But we're still being driven a lot by the theft in that category. Part 2 crimes for the month, we investigated 138 Part 2 crimes, which is a 5% decrease from the previous month of 145. Arrests for the month, 193, which was a slight decrease of 5% over the previous month of 204. Traffic summons, there was 478 issued for the month, which was a 71 increase from the previous month of 279. Just speaking about that real quick, what I've done to help us address some of the repeat areas and constant areas of traffic complaints, I've been putting out small details focused on those specific areas in which the officers that are assigned have to give me a written report back with their efforts and their success, their focal points. So that's been so far really good. Another one that we just did just earlier this week, we focused on the school buses as well as the scooters and then some other traffic. Super successful. Officers did a great job in addressing some of our high volume areas, high complaint areas. So we'll continue to do that as much as we can to try to combat some of that. Utilize on that same topic also, utilizing the software that we have, the traffic software, the Urban SDK software, I get a weekly high-speed report from the whole city. With some of these efforts, we've actually changed some of those high-speed areas. We've eliminated them that have been on those maps consistently for many, many weeks. Last week was the first time I saw that they actually changed, which I was happy
It's
to
all
see.
through the enforcement part.
So I'm assuming, based on me pushing that map out, telling them, highlighting those enforcement areas based on the high-speed map, and then focusing that attention, we've seen a shift.
Do you see it shifting to another neighborhood or another?
Some other areas are popping up, some alternatives, but we are hitting those consistent areas like a Bedford Avenue, South Street.
Right.
We've been focusing there with some good enforcement, and it actually took them off the map, which I was happy to see. Parking summons for the month, 325, 326 the previous month, pretty consistent. Uses of force for the month, there was 6 incidents that had some type of use of force involved with them, which equates to 3.1% of all arrests. Shots fired calls, investigations for the month, we had 1. That was on April 4th, 4:28 in the morning, Wickham Avenue. That is still under investigation. Detective Bailey's doing a good job, doing a lot of follow-up on that, using some analytics to try to track down some stuff. He has some pieces of information that are helpful, and he's just trying to push and run with those items. So I'm hopeful that he's going to be able to bring that to a conclusion. That was the one, if anybody recalls, it was some shots into the house. No one was hit that we're aware of. We're not aware of any injuries. So any discussion, thoughts, concerns with statistics? Staffing. Currently, as we sit today, there is 74 sworn personnel on our records. We're budgeted for 75, so there's currently 1 vacancy. Out of the 74, I still have 1 deployed on National Guard duty. I have 2 that are out sick due to off-duty injuries. I have 2 still in field training. I have 4 in the police academy. I also have Detective Artola is actually officially done as of May 29th, next week. We will be hosting a walkout celebration for him to honor his 20-year service with us, and we'll be doing, a luncheon as well. The luncheon starts at 2, all are welcome, and then the walkout will be about 3:45.
What's the date, Chief?
The 29th, for Friday the 29th. Last Thursday, police officers Joshua Rivera and John Weinrich graduated from the police academy after completion of almost 6 months of training. So they are now into their field training, which will last about another 5 months, 4 to 5 months. Officer Weinrich did receive the Valedictorian Award at the Academy, the Chief William Gary Award. So that's an honor not only for him, but for us as well. So we congratulate him. And they're both eager and ready to get going into the field training, and hopefully glide right through that like they did at the Academy. Looking forward to them getting out on the road. I'm also doing background on a potential parking enforcement officer to add. We did have 3. I'm down to 1. So looking to bring in a member of the community that is interested in doing some part-time work to help us address some of our parking concerns. So if everything goes good, be meeting with him next week and follow up. Any discussion, thoughts on staffing? Training for the month, a little bit less than previous months, just as the schedule gets a little tighter. We did run the quarterly range training and defensive tactics refresher course. That was for everyone in the department. Breath analysis instructor course, commercial vehicle enforcement certification, basic EMS instructor course, permanent defensive driving course. Everyone in the department took that 6-hour course. New York State canine training, Stop DWI conference, ethics instructor, and drone certification course. Some of the community events since our last meeting, we did host the Spring Youth Leadership Program graduation. It was actually in the courthouse this time on May 12th. 23 graduates all seem very happy. So we'll be planning our next phase, which will be the fall phase. We'll run it again. So I'll be sure to let the commission know when that pops up. I did send the commission some internal investigations as well as some policy updates. I'm not sure if you had the opportunity to review them or not. Yeah? Would you like to discuss any of them in detail? No? Yeah?
Motion to accept them?
I have a motion to accept them as written by Commissioner Rodriguez. Do I have a second? For record purposes, I'm just gonna briefly read which ones we're accepting and voting on to accept. And all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
So the six internal investigations, one was a personnel complaint, MPD 006 of 25. And this is actually just a follow-up in regards to a complaint. It's like an ongoing complaint that the person continues to add the same information on a different venue. We haven't yet to see anything different that we can move forward on. I think we've exhausted all of our options given the information we have. So we're just adding that to that initial complaint. The second one was dated February 17th of 26. This is an internal investigation in reference to a weapon that was found in the station. Based on this investigation, utilizing our resources, we're changing policy, so you'll see a policy change come in the next round. I also did just secure funding within our internal budget to buy a metal detector that we're going to install. It is being ordered, so once that's installed, the policy update will be made. We'll make sure everybody's aware, and we're hopeful that that will make that never happen again. The third one would be March 1st, 2026. This was a personnel complaint of harassment. This investigation was found to be sustained, and which resulted in discipline of the officer involved. That discipline was done as discipline in lieu of formal charges agreement, and it's been resolved, discussed, counseled, and I'm hoping that individual will move on and learn from their mistakes. The next one is March 3rd, 2026, personnel complaint of harassment. Investigation led to not sustained findings. This was between a member and their ex-significant other. Next one is March 4th, 2026. This was a piece of department property that was lost. That was addressed with verbal counseling. The next was also March 4th, 2026. That was an internal investigation of harassment that was found to be not sustained as well. However, we did reassign someone as a result of the interaction. So I had a motion by Commissioner Rodriguez, second by Commissioner Cantoli, all in favor on those six.
Aye. Aye.
The internal policies, the updates, there's 7 of them. Would the commission like to talk about, discuss, review, expand? Pretty basic changes for the most part, some updates. Yeah? So just for record purposes, policy 315, discriminatory harassment, policy 318, victim and witness assistance, policy 427, medical cannabis, policy 503, impaired driving, policy 601, sexual assault investigation, policy 1032, wellness program, and policy 504, Satoxa procedure. Could I have a motion to accept them as written?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
That last policy, 504, Satoxa, we are one of the, I think, only 2 departments in this whole county that have that piece of equipment. It is a new roadside detection device to detect other substances besides alcohol on a potential intoxicated driver's person. And so we've implemented that. Everybody will have the training. And that was provided to us through the Stop DWI program through the state for free. It's almost $5,000 to $6,000 machine. So that was great to get that.
And what does it detect? I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah, is that the one where you do the swab?
Nope, the swab is inside. We have that inside. This is a sample, though. It is actually, I guess, a swab as well, not different than the one we have
There
inside.
was just a
So
report last night on one of those news programs about it.
it's the cutting edge piece of technology that's
They
a.
were saying that very few departments have it.
Yep. So we were able to get one on, and really it's based on our DWI enforcement, the efforts that we've been putting in. So our numbers and our efforts show that we're serious about it. So when I made the request to the state, they didn't even hesitate. We got it, and we're very fortunate to have it. So hopefully that'll help us. That'll detect other types of substances, Mayor, other than alcohol on the roadside. So instead of doing a blood or urine or anything, we'll get that. It's not conclusive, so that's just a piece
What
of
kind of drugs?
all types of drugs.
Not marijuana, though, right?
Marijuana too?
It could test it, yes. We can't, we could charge if someone's under the influence.
What is, I mean, is it if it's not a swab, is it
It's the
a
same one I saw last night.
breathing into it, a device?
No, it's a little swipe to the mouth, but it's an instrument like this. Very similar to what we were using for DWI.
Right.
The DWI was the breath. This is just a new state-of-the-art piece of equipment to help us.
Saliva.
What happens if they refuse?
There's no section of law for that right now. If we have probable cause and we believe they're intoxicated, there's other measures that we can do, bless you. Also, if they refuse those other measures, then it's the same as refusing a DWI. So DWI, alcohol and drugs, they fall in the same category.
Is there any special training for it, or?
Yes, there is a training, it's an online training, and then we had to actually establish the policy, have that approved before it's actually pushed out, so.
So this isn't the one that we already have somebody getting ready to go to trial over.
This is brand new, has not been put out on the road yet.
A few months back, you said that we had,
Oh, no, we won the trial, and that was with the swab, the new swab that was internally when they bring someone in, and then they send that out, and once you get the results, then you get charged. So this will give us that roadside, I don't want to say it's a conclusive findings, but it's going to give us roadside, help us with our other pieces of evidence to charge
That's
appropriately.
exactly the way they presented it last
Yeah.
night. It's really weird that you're mentioning it. Like, you've still got to do the roadside evaluation, and then you do this.
Correct.
And then this sort of augments that.
Correct. So it's the same as DWI. You do the roadside, your observations, your testing, the standardized field sobriety test, and if you believe it's alcohol, you would use the PBT, which is an alcohol-based test. This will be, if you believe it's something other than alcohol, you would use this instrument. So hopefully it's going to be useful for us. That's actually all I have on my agenda this evening, unless the commission has anything they would like to discuss and go over. Anything from our audience?
No, I think you did a good job with that.
Thank you.
You said that machine that he was talking about can only detect alcohol,
No. This one detects drugs, types of drugs in someone's system.
all kinds of drugs, or just?
So it doesn't break the drug down into the specific, it's the category of drug.
You tell her to come to the mic.
And that's how the law is written as well, like into categories of drugs. I won't be able to tell if you're taking a Tylenol or like what brand or. Being no further items on the agenda, if I could have a motion to go into
Motion.
executive session to discuss personnel matters. I have a motion by Commissioner Rodriguez, second by Commissioner Sullivan. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Moving into executive session to discuss personnel matters at 4:53 PM.
Please be advised this ends the public portion of today's meeting. Thank you.